Hi everybody, back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Monday and the flight is going on. We are flying today from Da Nang to Ho Chi Minh City. In 1924, the name was Saigon, and yes. We'll have to check how the weather is, but well, I hope that we have good conditions so we can really fly along the coast. And yeah, let's see how long the flight is. I think probably it will be a little bit less longer than from Haiphong to Da Nang, I suppose. Let's check it out. So, but first, yes, let's have a look on the daily report. So here we go. On the 16th of June 1924, the 4 airplanes started at Tourane, French Indochina. This was Haiphong, or is Haiphong? No. Okay, totally confused. One back. Tourane, it's called now Da Nang. So, again, Da Nang. So, they started in Da Nang, so former Tourane, and arrived in Saigon, French Indochina, which is now called Ho Chi Minh City, and in total 540 nautical miles, 7 hours and 38 minutes. Yes, so by the end of the day, they flew in total 9,180 nautical miles, and with a total flight hours of 127 hours and 49 minutes, so quite a long time. So basically, actually they wanted to start a bit earlier, but the sea was very, very calm and smooth, glassy sea, and also there was no wind, so they had to wait a little bit. Finally, they managed to start at 6 o'clock. And as they mentioned here, actually was a quite good weather and everything worked perfect. Along the coast, sometimes there were small houses with the French flag. Even sometimes people watched out and said hello to them. So, actually was everything quite okay. And the flight followed the coast until it reached the mouth of the Saigon River, where it cut across the many islands to Saigon, landing in a small tributary river near the Standard Oil Station, south of the town at 1:39 p.m. Some different difficulties were experienced in mooring because of the swift current in the river. And, that's important, the weather during the entire flight was excellent. So we hope, or I hope, that the weather will be also today very, very good, excellent flight condition. The flight was met by a representative from the governor of the French district, was offered all official courtesies. So I think let's go to Microsoft Flight Simulator and see what's going on. Okay, so here we go. So yes, first of all, I hope, here we go, the Cessna is available. Very good. So let's zoom in. Here we go. So here's departure. We take. Which one? Actually, I like this one here, small, but they mentioned they were flying along here. Okay, let's have a check which airport we are. This is the one here, and then we have another one on the top. You know what? I like actually this one here. Small airport. Doesn't I mention they took the river and ended up here somewhere? Oh, I think, sorry, they take this one. This river here, and they ended up here somewhere. Okay, this is... Oh, this is actually really in the middle of... okay. Wow. That's basically here on the left side. Or we take this one. Okay. This one, I think we take this one here. Because yes, 326 nautical miles if we take the direct approach, but we're flying along the coast. So probably will fly also around 500 nautical miles. So I think everything is perfect. Let's start the mission. Cool. So let's see. So everything is prepared. Line gear is ready to rumble.
Tower Cessna Delta Charlie Echo Tree Zero Whiskey ready for departure to the south at runway tree 5 right. Cessna Delta Charlie Echo Tree Zero Whiskey cleared for takeoff runway tree 5 right south, departure approved. Cleared for takeoff runway tree 5 right Cessna Tree Zero Whiskey.
So ready to start. Local time is almost 4 o'clock. Okay, light is on. So let's start. Okay, the seat is ready. And here we go. Yes. Okay, everything works now perfect. I think it was this, it's still quite, Microsoft Flight Simulator is quite, using a lot of resources, GPU and CPU, and so I think this was the main issue which I had now. So we are ready. So yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, the taxi, Caribbean taxi, is flying towards Ho Chi Minh City, and in 1924 it was called Saigon. So hope you enjoy the flight with me, and well, if you like to fly with me for a period, then you're always it's always a pleasure to have someone. Actually, I still don't have seen airplane close to the Cessna. It will be quite cool to see another airplane flying around. So they are always flying too far away, so it's quite difficult to get them get a clear view on them. You know, if you have a Boeing or whatever, a big airplane, and then, you know, like in front of you or left or right, that is would be amazing, but well, that's how it is. So I think we have a good so let's go to the in-game mode. We have started. Yes, this was the issue. The administrator. It's very interesting. I mean, actually, this is something that maybe OBS should, by default, when you install the game, when you install the application by default, this should be with a standard. Maybe it's not possible, then maybe some kind of warning, or I don't know, some kind of installation instructions, because when you start when you're installing the OBS Studio, then you've got, after installation, first setup. So it checks your computer and connection, whatever. So maybe some kind of hint that to set OBS as administrator when you're starting, so that you don't have these issues with the streaming. And actually now it works perfect. I'm looking at my second monitor, and everything is clear. So cool. So let's have a look outside. Here's the Cessna. And here we are, flying around. So yes, basically, well, the weather isn't so nice, but doesn't matter. Yes. Actually, wow, that's pretty nice. Look there, these islands. Okay, actually I don't need to fly so high. Yes, so oh yeah, on the weekend or during the weekend I had to install my computer completely new, or fresh installation. So yesterday evening I still was ooh, look at this fog, cool. Install all the settings and whatever from OBS, but also for Flight Simulator. And the interesting thing was actually that when I started the installation of the Flight Simulator, he well, he installed the basic stuff. Well, basic stuff still it was, I think it was around 78, 79 gigabyte. Cool. Wow. Wow, it's look at this. Wow. It's really nice to, I think it is really nice to live next to the sea. Oh, that's really cool. So 78 or 79 gigabyte, but without all the additional stuff like the airplanes. So I had only yesterday evening. I said, okay, let's do a final check. Microsoft Flight Simulator installed, and then oops, where are all the airplanes, especially the Cessna? So I had to look around and finally find the right tab to where I could toggle all additional packages so they could be installed. And yes, so I could start. Come on. Yes, I could start my world tour, flying around the world. So let's so as we can see here, there's a few areas where we have some trees and so on, but quite a lot of areas which are really quite clean, let's say. So wow, foggy weather outside. So yes, But actually it's really nice to see, I mean, all these rivers and water streets. Oh, it's really cool. Let's fly a bit around there. Actually, I have to say I like very much to fly along the river. It's so, yeah, it's a little bit, it's also a little bit of training, I would say. No, it's, actually I like it. So, let's go down. Here we are. Yes, during the weekend, I also started to review, or not really review a little bit. It was more the idea of replacing my Fuji X-E3 to have it again as a regular camera, using daily for photography, and yeah, replace it with another camera. And after several YouTube videos and internet reviews, I decided to buy the Canon M200. And tested it. So yes, so basically the point is, I'm the Fuji X-E3. I have I mean, the settings are as follow. I switched to 4K. So and it is the I'm not quite sure if you're familiar with the X or the Fuji systems, but it's possible in the camera itself to use some specific film simulations. And one of these film simulations is black and white. And as you see, I'm streaming myself in black and white. I like also to take photos in black and white. So this is why I thought, well, you know, why not? So black and white. And so 4K, 30 frames per second, or 29 point blah blah blah, and 29.94, something like this, and black and white simulation mode, 60, the shutter speed is 60, 1 to 60, and either automatic mode. And well, this is basically what you see now. And then this signal is going into my Elgato 4K 60 Pro, something like this it's called. And oh, that's really fun. Oops. Okay, let's go here and let's go directly in display mode. I think that's much more fun. So yes, and then this signal is in OBS It's well, it's into OBS. I choose as input the Elgato capture card, and so basically everything is okay. And I think this the video quality is really good. I mean, really very clear. Sharp, really sharp. It's really a perfect view. So I've done really several tests, and also HD quality. If I use HD quality, it's still the same, but still if I'm using 4K, it's still a little bit better. So the quality I have in OBS. So as I mentioned, I had the other day, last week, a little bit of issues with my Fuji X-T3 in terms of lost signal or lost connections. Even so, and I'm not quite sure why this was. Maybe it was a cable. Who knows? I'm not quite sure. But beside this, the quality is really nice. It's really fantastic, and by having all the simulations and tweaking it directly into the camera, I don't need so much to tweak or to optimize in OBS. I think the only thing what I've done in OBS is I think the sharpness, a little bit the filter for sharpness, and that's all. So basically I'm really happy with the X-T3, but I miss a little bit my regular camera for taking photos. And as I mentioned last week, I had some issues with losing connection, and then I said, yeah, look around, maybe you find a good camera. And a lot of YouTuber, or many YouTuber, and also from reviews were quite positive. So like an entry camera for also for streamers. So I said, well, let's check it out. It's why not? Black Monday. Well, let's start. The conclusion. I start with the conclusion. I was really disappointed, and two things. I mean, the camera is small and really a pocket camera. Actually, if I compare it with my Fuji X-T3, then it's really a pocket camera, and which is good because, I mean, if you have a pancake lens, and you can really, it's quite easy to use, and you put it in your jacket, and so it's quite okay. So then I started with HD quality, 60 frames per second. Wow, I mean, really not comparable, really not comparable with Fuji X-T3 in HD quality. That was amazing. I was thinking, oh, what is it possible that the quality is so different? I mean, it was really blurry, and I mean, it was just out of the box. Just follow some instruction note in terms of turning off the monitor, turning on the monitor or putting the monitor to 30 minutes, switch off the saving echo settings so that the camera is always on. You know, this kind of settings you have to do so that the camera is working all the time during the stream and not shutting down. I even bought a new HDMI cable because I thought maybe the old cable was not good enough. Why I had the issues with my Fuji X-T3, it's maybe this was really the case, but because now everything seems to work very good. But coming back, back to the Canon. I mean, you know, it really wasn't good, and yeah, I was really disappointed. And on the other hand, I also asked myself, I mean, I saw some YouTube videos and the quality seems really good. No, really, really good. I mean, otherwise I wouldn't have bought this camera or thought of using this camera as a streaming kit. And it was a streaming solution. It was this standard Canon EOS M200 with the standard kit is 18 to 50, I think. It was really, I don't know. And then I started, to tweak a little bit around. You know, you can do quite a lot of things in OBS to optimize the quality of the picture, you know, of the video, even on the Elgato capture card. You have a little bit, can push a bit of contrast and you know, this kind of stuff. But all the other tweakings I've done in OBS, I managed in a way to get almost a little bit of clear picture, a little bit more picture more sharp, but it was far away in terms of the quality. Really, it was really far away. And I mean, I know my setup is quite a little bit more difficult because I'm streaming in my living room, and as it is a living room, I have to be also a bit find, let's say, a solution so that it's not really dominating the living room or my streaming setup. So, but I still have a light here, so I can hide it behind my my monitor and then take it out and switch it on during the stream. So I have lightning in front of me and beside the monitor. So in principle, all the stuff is there to be used, and with the Fuji X-T3 it also worked very well. I mean, so it's not this kind of thing, okay, it's too dark and the camera has difficulties to catch the to catch you or my me streaming or being in front of my computer or my monitor and flying around. So I was really disappointed. And then I switched into 4K because I thought, okay, maybe in 4K is okay, and I'm using the Fuji X-T3 also in 4K, so then I can maybe use it in 4K, and then it's fine. So, and actually what I liked, there are several things you can do. First of all, I mean, I like very much the lens. It's because you can work with this lens, and that was really cool. I mean, actually it was really nice because you can zoom in or zoom out and optimize. I'm using now my Pancake, Fuji Pancake 28 millimeters, and I think it's okay. It's a good lens because if you optimize it so that you are clear and sharp, if I'm moving in front and in back, it still keeps this sharpness. So it's quite cool. The angle of sharpness, if it's bigger than, for example, with the 25 millimeter I have, it's not from Fuji, it's from another company. Anyway, so 4K. The point is, okay, you have the beside the zoom, you inside the settings, you have the pictures stabilizer or video stabilizer. If you switch it off, you have a wider angle or a bit lower angle of view. So I almost, I then optimized the view, so it basically is the same view as you see it now, but not with the Fuji X-T3, but with the Canon M200. So the quality was really much better. Still not as clear and sharp as the Fuji. So that's really cool. That's for sure. That was, but it was okay. I thought, okay, if this is okay like this, if the quality is fine, it's okay. I can tweak a little bit, not so much, but it's far away than HD, far away better. Then okay, then I used the Canon. But the point is, the voice and the picture isn't synchronized. No, and honestly, I don't want to buy something that have these issues. I mean, you know, if you deliver 4K in the camera, and we get more and more foggy weather, if you deliver 4K, then please make it synchronized. I mean, what does it? What sense do I have? I mean, what does it? What kind of, I mean, what's the reason having 4K if picture and sound is not synchronized? Honestly, you know, it's just that you can place it on your in front of the camera, or on, you know, if you make advertising, that it's the ability to have 4K. But, well, you know, I mean, the first thing you do after you see that it's not synchronized is switch back to HD. I mean, maybe later with an updated firmware, maybe they can tweak and synchronize both. But you know, for now, it wasn't. It isn't really a camera. Really, I don't see. I don't see a benefit to use this camera as a streaming solution for me. I mean, coming from the X-T3, I would definitely like to have as a minimum the same quality. Let's say maybe 10 to 15% less quality. It's okay, but I mean, you know, 4K, let's say if you don't have the synchronized issues, then it's possible to use it. I think that's okay, and then you can use it for streaming if you don't have the synchronized issues, because the quality is okay. And as I mentioned, It's not, if let's say if sharpness and quality is I don't know, 90% or let's say 100%. This is the level I have from the X3. 4K Canon is maybe, I don't know, 80, 85, which let's say it's okay. But HD quality is woo. Let's say if HD X3 is 100%, Canon is, I don't know, 50. I was really disappointed. I mean, probably things that you could maybe Canon, I hope that Canon can fix by the firmware to make a better quality and for HD and video HD, and then also the synchronize issues with in 4K. Then this might be a good entry level camera, and because I mean, you know, the camera is this lens with a kit lens. I mean, it costs around 600 euro. I don't know, maybe also 600 to 700 in the US, and I mean, through this Black Monday offer, it was around a bit less than 400 euro. So if you're thinking about that money, let's say if you take the 600 euro, you put 150 euro on top, and you can get Sony A6100 with the lens kit, which definitely is much better than the Canon for streaming, but the quality is much better. Or I mean, I think Logitech is also a really high-end webcam, which costs, I don't know, 200, 300, really a high-end. And I haven't tested this. I will check. I don't have one. I mean, in terms of reviewing or watching some YouTube videos on the quality, but my feeling tells me that maybe this high-end Logitech watch webcams are probably better than the Canon EOS M in HD quality. So I really hope that Canon can improve these two things. Or, you know, sometimes we have this, we call it this Monday products. You know, normally they are really good, but then you buy one product and the quality is not good, and you have trouble with it and that, and then it's this kind of, you know, Monday product. Maybe this was one of these Monday products. So back to Fuji X3, and obviously probably it was really the cable, because with a new cable it seems that it's working, so I have no issues anymore, and I think this okay. I mean, I'm on the right side. I have a second monitor where I am checking the quality, and it seems that there is some kind of flickering, or it looks like I'm losing frame drops, which is actually not the case because OBS looks everything perfect. So I have to check. It's maybe something I have to see it again if something is, if everything's okay. But actually yesterday I've made a test. So actually was everything okay. Wow. Okay, that looks really nice. So really amazing, really nice view with the fog. Yeah. So that's yeah. I have some kind of issues. Yeah. Let's see. Anyway, so this was the Canon versus the Fuji X-T3. So well, I stay with the Fuji X-T3, and I think I'm happy with it. I mean, I am happy with the camera. So it's a really wonderful camera, and I think it's a good camera for streaming. For sure, there are cameras which are much better, but for me it's so far away, it's fine, and I can use it in 4K, so it's quite I think this is the most important part. I mean, what I realized is that if I have 4K on the camera as output, and watch the quality of this picture in the Elgato capture utility, and then later on, and then if I watch the same picture in OBS, that the quality in OBS of the video of the picture is much better if I use HD quality on the camera to record the video or to send a signal out to the Elgato capture card. I mean, even so, the software is lowering the quality or the size to HD. So signal 4K out, OBS input, and reduce it to HD, or HD camera and then the same HD settings in OBS. The 4K quality is much better. So I mentioned this because quite a lot of people or YouTuber, even so the camera can record, also transfer video output in 4K. They use HD quality, and I'm not quite sure. I mean, because based on my experience, I will always use 4K because the quality looks really much better. So 260 nautical miles left, but it's always this direct oh, it's a little bit windy outside. I think I will take the direct approach, because I actually would like to see a bit of the area. I mean, the coast is almost, well, a little bit the same in a way. So let's have a little bit of look on how Vietnam, the inside of Vietnam is looking. Yes, the cannon. This is really interesting. So let's go down and fly a bit around the road here. It's also something I like very much, flying along a road. Okay, here we go. It's really windy outside. Wow. So it seems the wind is coming from the right side. It's pushing a little bit to the left. Okay, I think I will go a little bit up to 1000 feet. I think 1000 feet is quite a good altitude. No, if you still can look outside and see the surrounding and the changes, and but on the other hand, I have this kind of security. If something is happening, then I don't have a crash. So we are. Okay. Oh, now it's much better. Okay, now more smooth a little bit. That's really nice. For me, it's still something so fantastic. Fly around the world, you know, in a game, and really see the area where you are flying and all this geological differences between the different areas, and that's so cool. I mean, it's really nice. I think for simulation fans who fly different, like to fly with different airplanes or specific airplanes around, it's really cool. And I mean, you know, you can improve it in so many ways, probably. I even can't imagine. I mean, for me, it's quality and in terms of the textures and the details and so to be more realistic and I know, photorealistic in a way, so that you really identify this area or the difference between the different areas in terms of the buildings or the way how the terrain is looking, is the trees and so on, you know. For especially for me, the buildings, because I have a little bit of feeling that the buildings are looking almost the same in a way, you know. It's generic buildings. Maybe there's I mean, there's slightly changes in terms of the color and the structure, but no, this is the same in different areas. And yes, I think this is something that I wow, that looks so cool. That's fantastic. Look at this, how beautiful this is. It's really amazing. Yeah, as I mentioned, only maybe in specific areas where the buildings were optimized so to look really similar to what's in reality. But for me, flying around, seeing all these buildings, almost everything looks the same. Oh, is it cool? Wow. Fantastic. Also, for example, all the streets and the cars, I mean, this is something that also don't really looks very very realistic. I mean, the roads are sometimes not really clear, and sometimes there are, well, a few times there were buildings in the middle of the street, or also the cars are well, the quality of the cars is maybe from 1994, I don't know. I had a crash in Hong Kong, and oh, that's really cool. And the fun part was that I was crashing in the middle in the city on the island in Hong Kong against against the building, and was then on the ground, and I switched off the motor of my Cessna, and in a way that was cool. Okay, the building itself in front of me, or the airplane, that was quite interesting because the structure was really nice, and there was a difference between the building I was in front of me and another one a bit left or right. But then you had that looks really nice. But then you had this the streets and the vehicles, so on the road, and it was really, well, I would say a big improvement can be done by Microsoft and the developer, because it wasn't really so nice in a way. And there was kind of like a bridge going through the town, and cars coming down from this bridge on the lower street without, I mean, there was nothing. I mean, there was no road coming down, nothing. So they were flying in the air, the cars flying up to the bridge, to go on the bridge, and flying down. It was quite quite amazing in a way. But look at this, how cool this, it looks so crazy. Wow. Okay, and I think I have to go up, because I almost see nothing, and I'm a little bit nervous. But it's crazy, look at this, fantastic. And I'm totally out of okay. Wow, this is really foggy, and wow, that's ooh, wow. Okay, there is something. A little bit. Let's go out. Here we go. Look at this. Wow. Cool. In game mode again. Wow, that's heavy. Okay, let's go a bit up. Let's try to get higher. Maybe we can fly out of the clouds, so I hope. So 5,000. I have to say it must be really, really nice to have, you know, your own room with a lot of space where your computer and your working table is wide enough and you have a lot of space and you can easily go behind your table to prepare your all the settings and the camera, and you don't need to yeah, to always, like me, I have to, if I want to change something, I need to pull the table from the wall, and then well, it's a little bit of complicated. Well, it's how it is. It's okay. I mean, but it's if you sometimes see this in YouTube, you watch some guys presenting their kit or how they build up their systems and how it looks like, and well, I have to say, oh my god, I would also like to have this kind of place, my own space, even if it's, I don't know, 15 square meters or 12 square meters, it's also quite okay. I mean, you know, it's enough for you to prepare everything in a way that it's clear and smooth, and you can and you have space for getting all done or set up in a way that it's easy accessible. I mean, also for me, for example, I will try to, or I will get some or take some videos with Canon. I still have it. I will send it back, and Fuji. And you know, I mean, if you have the space, it's easy. You take the camera out and place a new one, and that's it. You know, but I have to go around and try to push everything there and move everything left and right and whatever, so it's not so oh, I hope we are flying out of the, it seems so. Here we go, the sky, cool. Okay. Let's see what I can do. I mean, I have to be careful a bit, but maybe I can get to 10,000 feet. That will be cool. Oh yes, I will, yeah. Oh, how about this? Make some videos with in HD quality and 4K quality, and just to see the difference between the Fuji X-T3 and the Canon. That's in a way very interesting, I think. I mean, the X-T3 is no longer produced. You don't. I was quite lucky. It was one of this. These lucky days where I called different stores, and finally I've got one store who had one. And I could bought this one very they're quite cheap. I mean, normally I think it was more than less than half of the price. Wow, that's cool. This is really amazing. It's so beautiful. I have to check if I'm on the right. Okay, let's move a little bit to the left. This is really, really cool. I mean, wow. Fantastic. Okay, I'm thinking the right direction. Let's... Okay, 10,000 feet. That is okay. I think that should be I tried in a way to find out. I mean, I found. Well, I always try to optimize in a way the wave flying around. I mean, you know, in terms of the quality to have the best view, because I think it's yeah, I enjoy it much more. Have a better quality, the better surrounding, and you know, the wow effect is much higher. Anyway, so I found one YouTuber which was quite interesting in the settings. So he optimized different things to have. I mean, there are probably quite a lot, but no, flying now a little bit around and testing different things. It was quite interesting for me. So I would probably this week try some tests around this if I get more quality by following his instructions. And for example, one thing he mentioned is well, just limit the frames to 30 seconds. That is completely enough. You haven't realized or seen any differences between 60 frames per second or 30 frames per second. So, yeah, I will check. And the other thing is, I mean, you know, it's always difficult to have the same how to say, to come to a conclusion. Okay, this is it brings you more or less, because you know, in terms of quality, because you know, the computer is the hardware is always different a little bit. What I would like to check or to see if possible, you know, to find a YouTuber who well, is also flying the flight simulator and has a little bit of the same setup. I have a RTX 2080 and a Ryzen 3060 with 32 gigabytes. So the question is if just changing the CPU to Ryzen 5000, I don't know, 900. This is my thinking around my preferred CPU, because also it gives me a lot of speed for DaVinci Resolve when cutting the videos, and this for sure will give you a benefit. So it's not about only gaming. So how much improvement you will get if coming from the system I have, putting investing in a Ryzen 5900 and then again flying with the same setup, and then even improve to see, okay, how better you can get in terms of the quality. I'm just curious, you know. It's I mean, for now I think even if I would like to buy a Ryzen 5900, there are no CPUs on the market. But yeah, this for yes, I think DaVinci Resolve is quite will probably get the maximum out of it by having a higher CPU or a better or a newer CPU, because everything goes much faster. So hi, I see I have 3 viewers, so nice to have you on my channel. Yes, We are flying now to Ho Chi Minh City. It was really foggy outside, and then I decided, okay, normally I'm flying along the coast from Da Nang, Vietnam, Da Nang to Ho Chi Minh City. But then I decided, due to the weather, well, okay, let's take a direct fly, maybe see also a little bit Vietnam and the area. But well, it was totally foggy, and so let's go out. And then I decided, okay, let's go up. But I mean, this is so beautiful. Look at this. It's amazing. These wonderful colors and the fog and everything. Really fantastic. It's really, really beautiful. So yes, you can watch this video. I will place it on YouTube, whole flight. I know it's a bit long, for sure, but there are some nice scenes where actually at the beginning, when the fog was getting more and more, and that was really cool, and with the sun, the sunset, so it's really, really, really cool. It's really nice. Here we go. Here we go again. Wow, So anyway, you can watch this. I will place it on YouTube, so you can watch on YouTube all my videos, all the flights I already made, and the future ones will come. I think I have still 65 flights left to finalize the world tour. So that's cool. The tunnel inside the, let's go out. Look at this, it's a cool tunnel. So let's fly through the tunnel. The cloud tunnel. Cool. Let's go here. That's really amazing. Wow. And you know, this is one of the things, I mean, I really like. And I mean, as I understood, this is all calculated by the it's based on real data, and how do they do this, I don't know, but I will never face a situation sitting in an airplane flying through a corridor inside a cloud without having the flight simulator. I mean, okay, if I fly in an airplane as a passenger from A to B, and I'm then we have this kind of clouds, and then we fly through them, then maybe I can see out of the window, and then I will see this as well. But you know, sitting in the cockpit and lying this tunnel along, that's really cool. Look at this. That's really fantastic. It's really, really cool. Well, I don't have so much luck at the airplanes or the guys in 1924. They mentioned they had really perfect weather, excellent weather. The start was a little bit difficult because there was no wind, but later it was a perfect weather along the coast, and when they reached Saigon from the coast, they entered the river, which went directly to Saigon, and then they stopped there. Go to the Ho Chi Minh City. So yes, we will not have this. Well, first we don't have this lovely weather. Well, we are here at 13,000 feet or almost 40,000 feet, so this is also nice. But if I will fly in 1,000 feet altitude, then probably I will see nothing, and this is why I am flying so high. Yes, you know, this optimization and tweaking, but actually it is I mean, you can watch on YouTube the videos, and actually you can see when I started in Seattle, the quality and the way I was preparing. I mean, I still had my gear, my Logitech flying gear. Yes, that's true. But I had a webcam, and so also the setup of my of OBS was a little bit more okay. I prepared everything on my own, which so I changed my whole presentation in OBS, I think 3 times. 3 or 4 times, I don't remember anymore. Anyway, this is now the one I skipped to it, so I will I'm now a little bit quite okay with what I have now, and it's a little bit of mix between the stuff I made and presets I bought on the internet, and so I'm now I'm okay with it. And yes, on the hardware side also I changed. As I mentioned, I use now my XC3 and I have a Yeti microphone, which is oh wow, it is different. I mean, both switching from Logitech to a mirrorless camera and a real microphone, that's impressive. So that's fine. And so all this learning curve road, and also the possibilities to follow and see all the way I was I flew from Seattle to Ho Chi Minh City. You can watch on YouTube. So and I have a small sightseeing trip in Hong Kong. It's around 50 minutes. Maybe it's a little bit too long. I probably will make a second one around 50 minutes. So but you know, I was quite happy to have it online, and it looks really nice, especially the Hong Kong flight, the sightseeing in Hong Kong. But let's see, I will try to make it a little bit smaller and maybe also put some music behind. There am free music to not have issues with Twitch and the music industry. Well, I have to be very careful here. Wow, look at the sun. Okay. Look at this. It's, wow, it's amazing. It's so beautiful. All these colors. And now we are flying out of this tunnel and then directly into the sun. Not really, but oh, that's really cool. Ooh, fantastic. Oh, there's another airplane on the left side. No, on the right side, sorry. But again, too far away. Wow, cool. Yes, that's crazy, and I'm completely... Yes, I'm flying somewhere else, but not in the direction I should fly. Ah, yeah. You know, some fun. Having fun flying around. You know, it's like this, getting the right picture, you know, when you're moving, or not moving, when you're walking around with your camera. Taking photos, and then, you know, you get this kind of, this is it, this is the picture I want to take, or this special moment. Yes, 132 nautical miles left. So yes, we couldn't see so much of Vietnam. It's, I mean, the first half, reaching Da Nang, that was okay. I mean, that was nice, and also the The surrounding was okay. I think still it was, I mean, it was clear. You could see on the ground there were different areas which wasn't in a way digitalized in a way that you could really see the buildings or the trees and so on. So this was missing. It was like, you know, a picture placed there, and so I think this is something still that needs to be improved. Well, I think it's a lot of it's a hell of a work to take all these areas and work on them and make them better and realistic. I mean, we have Japan was the first major update. Now we have US. So I hope maybe the next area maybe is Europe. I hope, not quite sure. And then maybe parts of Asia, maybe, no, I don't know. Maybe Russia, the whole, and the south of Asia. Maybe Australia and New Zealand will come first. I don't know. Will be interesting to know which area will be updated next with all these improvements and you know. Yes, and actually I wanted to fly inside Vietnam, not the coast, along the coast, to see a little bit more of Vietnam. Wasn't possible. Too foggy. And I think probably it is really nice. I mean, there are a lot of as you can see here on the left screen. Let's go inside the screen. Wait a moment. Okay, here we go. Come on, remain here. Here, you see there are a lot of lakes and mountains and so on. I think it's quite nice to fly along, you know, all along this area. Between the mountains and along the lake and the rivers. I think that's really beautiful. But well, maybe in the future. And definitely when Asia was updated, you know, then probably it's even then more fun to fly during the day, having wonderful weather and enjoying all this, all the area, the whole area. So and I have to say I was when flying from Haiphong to Da Nang, I was watching or looking in internet the highlights of Da Nang, and there was these two bridges, the Dragon Bridge was the one, and behind the Dragon Bridge, coming from the sea, was another bridge which was really nice, and there was this park, Asia Park, and monastery. It was really lovely, and I was quite exciting. So flying into Da Nang along the river or inside the river, and watching or looking at the two bridges by night, because then they are illuminated. But well, it was as I mentioned, there was nothing there. I mean, there was a bridge, and for sure, but you know, this kind of mock-up that are probably the computer has generated, you know, based on photos provided through Bing. Maps they have done, or they have taken, and it's visible in Bing, but it's not this kind of detail quality where you can really see the specific details in a city or in an area, which yes, was I was missing in a way in Da Nang, and I think definitely this is a point of interest, because it was really, I mean, the pictures were so lovely, so nice. So next time, I mean, you always, in some areas, in bigger cities or cities which are maybe a little bit more interesting. I don't know, like Singapore, Hong Kong, I don't know, New York, these bigger cities in a way. There you always have this maybe a little bit more details, and there you have always some buildings, special buildings, which are pointed out as point of interest, and then they looks like the buildings in reality, but only a few ones, you know, and all the rest is, you know, like generic ones. And so really I hope in the future that maybe with better satellites and or not satellites, but the instrument taking photos through a satellite, that these photos are more detailed and more realistic, and that this information is transferred into the cloud and taken by the computer, and to create a really realistic view of a specific area, including the cities and the different specific highlights probably every city has. So yes, this but you know, it's something for the future, and I think we have still really a wonderful product here, or wonderful flight simulator. I like it very much, but honestly, I'm not an expert. I was just curious about flight simulators, so I jumped as a rookie into the flight simulators, and I need a mission, you know. I need this kind of mission. The flying around is not my style in a way. I don't really buy a simulator or a flight simulator or a car simulator, whatever, and then sit in and then, oh, okay, well, drive along. A mission is always which something that drives me, and this tour flying around the world, that was actually flying around the world. This was actually my the driver for going back to fly, or starting really seriously flying around with a flight simulator. So I'm a completely rookie. Okay, maybe now not a rookie anymore, because I have around 100 and what was, I think, 20 flight hours. So yeah, it's quite it was quite some hours in the air with my Cessna, and I think around 9,000 to 10,000 nautical miles. So and this flight, when I started, there was something wrong with OBS, so I had to, on the same airport, for to land again, and it was really one of the best landings I ever had. It was so smooth. I was really surprised. Oh, look at there. We can see through the clouds this lake down below on the left side. I'm not quite sure here. Probably you can see it if I switch to full mode. Outside view, I think it's much more visible. I hope. I hope you can see it on the left side, or maybe not. Also for me, it is visible. But as I mentioned, I will. Oh, it looks actually really, really nice. I mean, if you want to watch this. Oops! I see here that I need to take this jet out. Okay. Yes, this isn't. Ha! So go back. That was actually quite funny. How is it called? Mr. Boost sideway chat. The other day I was, as I mentioned, I always try to optimize things and do stuff better, whatever. I mean, this is probably something very normal. And even so, sometimes I have really to stop to say, okay, this is it. No further improvements or no further. Even sometimes I even don't know if this is an improvement. I do some stuff and then, oh God. Okay, I have to go back. Okay, what should I do? So basically now I have a clean setup of, as I mentioned, installed during the weekend, and I really said to myself, finished. Stop. So yes, so one of the things I oh, here again I have to put it away. Which I saw was this by one YouTuber, which was quite fun, this Mr. Boost sideway chat. So this was really cool. I mean, it was really fantastic, looked really nice, and I thought, well, you know, something that might be interesting for me in the future, or maybe even now, just to see if someone is chatting, then, you know, you can watch it on the top as a sideway chat. So really, really cool. Okay, let's do it. Well, what I didn't realize is that there are a lot of boots out there, and I always got this kind of wanna become famous, whatever, blah 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 blah. Yes, and actually I don't like it. It's not so. It's not really nice in a way. This kind of information thing all the time there. Ooh, wow. Cool. And yes. So as long as I don't have so much followers and people being in my chat, chatting and talking, whatever, it does make sense to have this sideway chat. But I have it there, you know, it's prepared and ready, so maybe in the future, I hope, if I will have more people follow my channel and, well, being in the chat, then I hope that, and probably I will, wow, that looks cool. I will activate it again, you know, so Actually, the weather looks really nice. I think we can go down a little bit. As you can see, it's everything. I think it looks now quite nice in a way. And it's also don't disappear. Maybe I have to, I don't know, look on the settings, you know, that the information are wiped after, I don't know, 5 minutes and so on, something like that, like this. And then, you know, if I get this message placed by a boot about whatever, then that it disappears. Actually, I would really like to have this kind of possibility to only allow followers or viewers to write something in the chat after following, I don't know, 3 minutes or 5 minutes. I know this is something that is it's already available, but only 10 minutes, I think. So you need to be 10 minutes in following this channel. So and then you can start to write something in the channel. So to chat with me or with others who are in the chat. So, but the point is that now I switched it off. Some people told me that it's actually not so nice. So this is its pro and cons. A lot of YouTubers say this is something to use, and I think it also a little bit helps you to reduce these boot messages, because I hadn't boot messages like this when I had this 10 minutes limit. So but it's definitely a little bit long, 10 minutes. So maybe, I don't know, 3 minutes or so. That's it. I think it's okay. It's okay. We are going down. Yes, I think 3 minutes or 5 minutes should be okay. I think I would prefer 3 minutes. 3 minutes is almost nothing, but probably this will avoid to have all the time boot messages in your in the chat. Wow. But actually, this is really cool. This is the first flight where I am almost at the destination point, and it's still I still have well, light conditions or some light, you know, the sunset. But so it's really cool. Probably when I am in Haiphong, no, in no, in Ho Chi Minh City, Saigon. Probably there will be night, but that's cool. So probably the next flight, it might be that we will have then completely we will fly under daylight conditions. That's cool. I mean, it's a pro and cons. I mean, the point is I was a very long time when started in Seattle. I think from Seattle until Tokyo. So after Tokyo, I suppose. Yes. Yes, after Tokyo, it started step by step to have, you know, the first half an hour, the first hour, to have a light condition, which was which is really nice because, you know, even for placing, I mean, watching afterwards on YouTube this these videos, you know, you don't see so much. It's everything black, so it's quite like okay, and this is fun. Probably not. So wow. I mean, I placed them on YouTube because, you know, this is this kind of world tour mission I want to have on YouTube to see, just to show, okay, this the tour was done, and it's yes, it's fun for me in a way also to have it, to see it there really available. But for someone who wants to watch the videos, it's like dark and dark. Oh, and someone is talking. And dark again. Yes. So I can fully understand that it's not really very attractive. Therefore, I started this also this kind of highlights in a way. So that in specific areas or cities, ooh, it's amazing. You can watch the surrounding and the area, and there's something that is visible and you can see. Okay, let's go a bit down outside because I think the thunderstorm is really cool. Fantastic. Wow. That's really, really fantastic. So let's go back in-game mode. Let's have a look. It's 5:45 local time. Oh yes, basically now we have 62 nautical miles left, so that's a point that I think this is the last I would say half an hour that is missing to have completely daylight conditions. Wow, that's really cool. Ooh. Cool. Wow. Thunderstorm. So we are at almost 3,000. Wow, that's cool. Wow. I think it makes more fun to see to watch from outside the airplane. This no, come on. Here we go. Okay. So, 50, almost 50 nautical miles left. We are almost there. So, oui, wow. Okay, I mean, there is, I mean, we should be also, we should be almost, I mean, there should be something visible. I mean, Ho Chi Minh City shouldn't be so small in a way. I mean, I don't know, maybe it's all behind this small mountain in front of us. I'm not quite sure. Probably, I'm for sure, but it's yes. I see only the road and nothing else. But finally, actually, it was a good flight. I mean, okay, there was a bit of fog and a little bit of strong wind at the beginning, but then in the end, I think it was everything okay, and there were quite some really beautiful views outside. So yes, it was okay. I remember one flight in Japan where it was raining and really windy, so really horrible weather. So this was really difficult to fly. I'm just curious how it may be flying through a tornado or really a heavy storm. No, there was one also enthusiastic flight simulator pilot who was watching for a heavy thunderstorm, a really huge thunderstorm, and then in reality, and then he took in the flight simulator, he took I think a Boeing, it was a big one, and was flying along the tornado in the flight simulator. It was something really cool in a way. Maybe something I would also try, you know, if there are some heavy thunderstorms somewhere in the ocean, and start or the place a destination point near to this heavy thunderstorm, and then or orkan, and then I think here we go. And then see how the Cessna is reacting. Yes, here we go. There is the city, and I think there are also some lights I can I have to review the my video or the stream afterwards to see if I have to change the ISO, because now it's on automatic mode. So based on the different lights here in the room, and the light coming from the monitor, it's adjusting, and I'm not quite sure if I am a little bit too dark. Well, I have to check. This is also something that some people on YouTube are doing this automatic. The other put it on manual mode. I think it also depends on your setup. I mean, if you have left and right lights, or very strong ones, wow, and you have the space and the area to play with the different lights, so that independently on what's going on the monitor, you have almost, let's say, good conditions of light and not much change in a way, then probably it's I think then it's probably okay to have it fixed, the ISO. So here we go, 49 nautical miles left. I think also here we can see on the left side there are lights and those streets illuminated, but you know, there is nothing there. So I think probably in some cases yes, for sure, yes, that's true, but in other cases not really. I think it's something that has to be also improved by Microsoft. Wow. Here we go. Let's enjoy a bit outside view. Yeah, this is really something I would definitely like to see how the quality of this kind of thunderstorm, if playing Flight Simulator on you know, with everything up what's possible. So the ultra high quality available on Flight Simulator. I would really love to have this, but then for sure I need a completely new computer. So 50 nautical miles left. We have to go in this direction. I mean, it's really interesting. I mean, if I look on the my on my instruments, I should fly directly to the sea. But actually Saigon or Ho Chi Minh City is directly in front of us. So I'm not quite sure why this instrument is showing us a completely different direction. But it's not correct. So yeah, maybe this is also something, maybe a bug or whatever. Wow. Did I mention that I like the Cessna? It's really lovely. It's cool. It's really a nice airplane. So, I think few minutes and then we are there. But you know, I still miss, I mean, Ho Chi Minh should be really a big city in a way, and I still miss a bit this kind of, you know, lights and whatever, you know, of the city. Normally, And again, as you can see here, it's showing me completely different direction. Look at this. And this is not correct. That's really funny in a way. I don't really understand why it's showing me. Because I have to fly. Yeah, the direction I'm flying now, 290. Otherwise, I won't be. Yeah, otherwise I won't find my destination point. It's quite I mean, I can go here. Let's have a look. So as you can see, I'm actually in the right direction. Why he's telling me to fly in this direction here, I don't really know. So there is something wrong, or I misunderstand. The information on the instrument for whatever reason. So as you can see, it's always good to not trust only the instruments, but also to really find. Anyway, if someone has maybe some information why it is like this, and you can always write me a message on YouTube or here at Twitch. Cool. Everything works perfect now. Nautical miles left. Caribbean taxi is preparing for landing. Ladies and gentlemen, me and my co-pilot, we hope that you had a wonderful flight. And we'd love to see you back flying with Caribbean taxi. That's cool. It's really amazing how wrong the instrument is. I'm not quite sure why it is so, but it is wrong. So, okay, let's go more into this direction. Here we go. It's around, let's check, 300, maybe. Okay, 304. That should be okay. We are almost there. So this is really something I would really like to understand. Why is it so? Why does the instrument shows me a complete different direction? Anyway, doesn't matter. It's how it is. I remember a long time ago I was driving with one guy. I mean, he was a driver, and he had a navigation system. Maybe I think probably one of the earlier one, and he placed the center of the town we wanted to drive in the navigation system, and before entering the town, he was starting to take a call, which obviously is not allowed. By this time it was allowed, and he was talking, and always, I mean, I was never in this town, so I thought, okay, maybe he knows who is to drive and get into the center of the town, maybe avoiding areas where there are a lot of traffic. In the end, we ended up in a harbor where the navigation system said, okay, we arrived at the station point, and we were in the middle of nowhere in the harbor, and thought, okay, well, this is not exactly where we wanted to be. So, lessons learned. Always trust the system, but not 100%. So be also watch outside. Look the signs on the street. So and the same is here. You know, I mean, look at this. I should fly completely 90 degrees to the left, and then I should be there for whatever reason. My understanding is that it shows you the direction where you should fly. I mean, where your destination point is, and normally this is in front of me. So this sign should show into direction of into the direction of 300, and not to the south. So, oh well. "50 nautical miles left, so prepare for landing." Okay. What I miss a little bit is this blinking, you know, this indication light. Oui. Because normally there should be indication light there. And this is not the case, so I'm just wondering. Because we are almost there. But anyway, welcome to Ho Chi Minh City. A bit of skyline. Okay. I mean, the airport was really in the middle of the town. A really huge airport. So, quite interesting. Here we go. There's an airplane starting, so this is my... here we go. There it is. So, let's have a look outside. Here we are. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, here we are, and there is, I think this is the airport. Yes. So let's have a look. Oh, look at this. That's okay. Let's go there. That's fun in a way. Look, there is mountain, a hill, whatever, in front of this building. Look at this. Wow. That's cool. Okay, so I think, here is also the airport. There's another airplane. Okay, let's fly around. So, yes, here we are. Perfect. That's actually a good time. Live, 2.5 hours, almost 2.5 hours live. So that's and again, look at this indication on the left. Really confusing. Really, really confusing. Here's the airport, as you can see. Okay. So let's prepare for landing, ladies and gentlemen. Oui. So, here we are. Perfect. Cool. Okay. There's some other airplanes, so let's Ready. So let's go outside. So let's wait a moment. Here we have it's 6:30, so perfect landing. And let's go outside. Stop the motor. Yes, we arrived in Ho Chi Minh City. Here we are. Yes, almost 2 hours and 40 minutes flight. I just realized that the name is maybe not the correct one. We mentioned Tan, then Son, and then Nhat. Anyway, doesn't matter. Here we are. We are here in Ho Chi Minh City, and then we will fly to Cambodia, it's called. It's around 200 nautical miles. So yes, I hope you enjoyed the flight. For me, it was really fun flying around. One step or one another step for mission for finalize the mission flying around the world. So see you next time. Have a good day. Bye bye.